Long before the first wagon rolled west, long before the first claim stake drove into virgin soil, before the thunder of cattle drives or the crack of a prospector's pick against stone, there walked beside man a creature older than any frontier, the dog, faithful, tireless, true. For 10,000 years those animals ranged this continent, moving with the seasons, following the game, sharing the camps of peoples who knew this land when it was young. The dog was partner before the horse ever set hoof on American dirt, was companion when survival meant understanding every sound in the darkness, every scent on the wind. The Apache knew this, the Sioux, the Cheyenne, every tribe that called this land home. Dogs pulled their goods on travois frames, warned of approaching enemies, helped bring down game that fed families through brutal winters. No wage, no complaint. Just the bond between man and beast forged across centuries. Then came the Spanish with their horses, changed the world entire. But the dog remained, adapted, found new purpose beside the cowboy and the settler, the miner and the lawman. Out on the range, a good cattle dog meant the difference between a successful drive and catastrophe. Those animals could read a herd better than most men, knew when a steer aimed to bolt before the critter knew itself. Worked from dawn until the stars came out and never asked for more than scraps and a kind word. In the mining camps, dogs stood guard while their masters slept, warned of claim jumpers and worse. More than one prospector owed his life to a mongrel's growl in the night, to teeth bared at strangers with ill intent. The frontier family with children treasured their dog double, protector of the young ones, companion in a lonely land where the nearest neighbor might be 20 miles distant. Some farms kept 3 or 4 dogs, each with purpose, each earning their keep through loyalty and labor. Now cats. That's a different tale entirely. The cat came late to this Western story, sailed across the ocean in the holds of European ships. Not out of affection, mind you, out of pure necessity. Where men store grain, there gather rats. And where rats gather in numbers, they bring ruin, disease, starvation for those depending on stored food to survive harsh seasons. The Spanish brought rats to the New World. The English brought more. Every sailing ship carried those vermin in its cargo, released them into new lands where they multiplied like a biblical plague. So the cat became essential not through love, but through mathematics. One good Mauser could kill dozens of rats in a season, protect a family's winter stores from destruction, save a trading post from financial ruin, keep disease from spreading through a growing settlement. The frontier store owner who scorned cats? He watched his inventory get devoured, his profits eaten by creatures he couldn't stop with trapper poison alone. But a tomcat patrolling the storeroom? That was security money couldn't buy. Granaries from the Canadian territories down to the Mexican borderlands depended on cats, not as pets, as working animals every bit as essential as the dog or horse or mule. Ranch wives kept cats in the root cellar. Boarding houses kept them in the kitchen. Even the roughest mining camp had a few mousers earning their supper catching vermin around the cookhouse. The relationship wasn't always warm. Cats being cats, they maintained their independence, came and went as they pleased, suffered no master, but they did their job. And in doing so, they protected the food supply of a growing nation. So when folks speak of taming the West, they talk of strong backs and iron will, of rifles and plows, of determination against impossible odds. Fair enough. But spare a thought for the 4-legged partners who walked that hard road alongside, the dogs who gave their loyalty without question, the cats who kept the rats from stealing what hard work had earned. In the end, both creatures earned their place in frontier history, one through devotion, the other through deadly efficiency, both absolutely necessary, both truly Western, both woven into the fabric of life when this land was young and wild, and every day demanded survival. That's the honest truth of it, simple as sunrise. Deeply narrated